Hey, what's going on? You know who it is, you know what it is. Alright, you guys, peep game. Alright, you guys, check this out. Unfortunately, I heard some sad news today. Baseball player Bill Buckner passed away today. He was 69 years old. And if you know who Bill Buckner was, he's unfortunately, one of the things he's most known for is the 1986 World Series between basically the New York Mets and the Boston Red Sox, where basically, a player hit a ball and it went through his legs, and basically the Mets end up winning that game 6 and then went on winning the World Series in 7 games. That was that Mets team, if I'm not mistaken, that had Darryl Strawberry, Doc Gooden on it. Real good baseball team. But the thing is, what happened with it is that Bill Buckner shouldn't have even been out there in the first place. He was hurt. He had bad knees, and basically he wasn't able to extend his glove down enough to grab the ball, and just went through his leg. And I'm gonna tell you something. He was ridiculed. They pretty much ran him out of Boston. I mean, they were calling him every name but a child of God. That's just goes to show you how silly those people are in Boston. I already have my issues with the city of Boston and the people that come from Boston. We already know what's up with the city of Boston. But I remember watching that play as it happened. To be honest with you, if I'm not mistaken, the Red Sox was about to win the World Series. But the Mets was able to get some men on base. And wow, I can't remember who the guy was that hit the ball, because that was over 30 years ago. That was 33 years ago almost. And I just remember that play, man, watching it with my brother. It was surreal when that happened. It's just certain shit when you see when it first happened versus years later, it still have an effect on you. Now, I wasn't rooting for neither the Mets or the Red Sox. I just was watching the game. I was enjoying that series. It was a good series. I think Boston was about to win it in 6. And it looked like this thing was over with. The people in Boston was celebrating. You know how they show footage of people in Boston and shit. And man, when that play happened, when that ball went through his legs, I was like, whoa. Me and my brother was like, how your jaw dropped? When I say I couldn't believe it. And they ended up losing the game, and then they ended up losing game 7. And, that was pretty much it. But, for years, the people at Boston said he wasn't welcome there. It took Bill Buckner years to go back to Fenway Park. You had people literally running up on Bill Buckner's brother. Bill Buckner's brother himself said he almost got into fights over that, saying, hey, your brother cost us the World Series. I'm not going to say he cost them the World Series. It was the manager at the time of the Red Sox that cost them that World Series, because Bill Buckner shouldn't have been out there. He had bad legs. He had bad knees. Everybody knew that. But man, if you didn't see that play when it first happened, I'm talking about, my God. I'm talking about that made national news. Everybody was talking about that. They called him the infamous Bill Buckner. And he went through a state of depression for years because it was hard for him to live that down. Now, this is long before the internet. Can you imagine if something like that happened now? Man. But like I said, I remember when it first happened. Some things you just don't ever forget. And then 2 years later, I would witness the Kirk Gibson home run, which I still haven't got over that. Dennis Eckersley left the ball up a little too high. I think he attempted to try to throw a sinker. He left it too high, and Kirk Gibson nailed that motherfucker. But yeah, man, I feel bad for Bill Buckner. He suffered for years. I mean, it was years before he could go back to Fenway Park. But eventually he went back. And then, you know, I guess you could say the people in Boston forgave him, but it was years. I'm talking about it was many years before he went back to Boston. And that's unfortunate. But, you know, I guess he made peace with the fans in Boston, but at the same time, like I said, he shouldn't have been out there. So once again, I just want to say rest in peace. My heart goes out to the family of Bill Buckner. So that's all I got to say, man. This your boy Town Biz. I am fucking out.